What's up, guys? It is time for some more Cobra Kai, Season 2, Episode 2, Back in Black! Let's hop to it. Alright, watching from the YouTubes, because that's the only place you can. Here we go. That is a nice car. Is this going to be Robbie's car or something? Is Danny really going to take, like, the... Oh, damn. Yeah, you get the sit-ups in, Miguel. Debate club. I like this montage. I love that even though Johnny Lawrence is dedicated to karate, he doesn't give a shit about what he eats. Oh, wow, that's cool. Is that a real car? Did he get a LaRusso auto? Wow! That's a nice-ass car. Hey, I didn't know there was a Friends Street. Is it named after the show? Oh. Totally impressing chicks. It's a very different opening from the last episode. Robbie. Ooh. Oh, use your newfound skills. Self-defense, dog. Whoa! Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, poor Robbie's life. I'll be your mom next week. Okay, sweetie? Interesting. Oh. Robbie's feeling the angst. Miss Pat Morita. You betcha. That's right, Will Smith produces this. Whoa! Oh, man. Ooh. Uh-oh. Timing. Damn, Miguel knows Aisha's phone password. Ooh. Sandbags. Oh, hey. Okay, okay. Oh. Is this like a sparring ring? Hmm. Do you mean we gotta respect our enemy? Oh my goodness. I love how they God. You guys are cool. Fuck. Oh. Oh no. That's right. Oh. God, I almost forgot. The future is female. The exact wrong kid to have in front of Kreese. But he's hot. You could buy a calendar. You probably have a phone. Got the jokes. Damn, man. Telepathy. So is this just going to continue until he gets back? Does this class stretch? Oh no, now is not the time for humor. Humor is a sign of weakness! Uh... Ooh. Wait. Oh, this is. Hey, I know where that is. I think, as long as Fulton and Raymer intersect. Watch me. If we sense each other and feel each other's movements. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. Damn, they're really getting this job done today. This is like a karate montage, but of car sales. You just sell cars more up. I still want to know, did they make the Cobra Mobile? You gotta be Mr. LaRusso. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Because we just sold 10 cars in 4 minutes. Hat. It's clever. Oh man. I'm glad that kid's still here. Ugh. Hold him at gunpoint. Cutter. But it's gonna be on you either way, dog. You're gonna get in trouble for this. At least in addition. Bruh. Dude. Damn, man. Robbie does not live a terrific home life. Hmm. Hmm. Indoor kids. Ha! It's P cool. Oh, oh snap. Would they have to compensate for the difference in their weights? Should Robbie stand closer to the center? Huh? Yee? Hmm? Oop, oop, oop. They gonna fall in to start? Hmm? Up. Roberto. First one down. You will never have fun again. Good. Whoa. Have you? Oh. Damn. Interesting. Very curious here. Miguel. Of course, Hawk is up next. I wonder if Hawk is going to have a character arc this season. Wow. I wonder if that's really the inside of one of those things. I've never seen the inside of one of these. It's a great shot, though. Damn. That 80s music. Is this possible? Oh no. Gotta watch that kick, Robbie. It is rewarding to see Kreese like smile at Johnny's success. Oh, good cut too. Eh. Eh. That's what's up. Up conflict. Robbie or Miguel. Well, it's your wall, you know. Can we adopt him? Oh, gotta have my pops. Does Robbie have money? Oh, no, that's not the way to do that. Is she ever home? Hmm. Ooh, this is interesting. Interesting. I live here now. I don't know. I don't know about this, man. There's a head in the fridge. Oh no. Damn. He's recognizable as a young boy. Uh, ugh. Oh. Ow. Oh, that's right. Good enough to beat your head in. Ooh. Ugh. Get off me. I love how awkward this is. What was the question? Was it about Robbie? Are those CGI headlights? I love how Cobra Kai is right next to Vape City. Well, all right, this cut at the right time. Let's hop into this. So yeah, another good episode. I mean, we at the start I was maybe a little. Is there something I forgot from season one about how like Johnny is supposed to redo, or Danny's supposed to like redo Johnny's car or something like that? I remember they had a whole thing in the first season with his car. But I was taken aback at the top. I really like the way they started this off with the whole painting montage and, getting this souped out Cobra Kai, like, custom ride going.
So I realized as I sat down to edit this episode that, yes, indeed, there was a whole thing at the end of last season where Danny's brother, I keep mixing the two of their names up because they sound so alike, Danny's brother destroys Johnny's car and then he gives him the one off the lot. They have that whole bonding experience. I guess he threw in this crazy ass paint job. Nice of him.
Really? Did the LaRusso Auto people put this together? I can't imagine that Danny would let this happen under his roof, but whatever. Certainly a bitchin' ride they got together. And it was a cute little moment at the top of the episode with him and Miguel together. And I think that's an interesting, continuation of this sort of central conflict here. Because especially with the way the episode ends up and the kind of thread with Robbie's home life, you start to wonder what may happen with the father figures of this show. I feel like they put us in a really interesting position because you don't have it as much thus far in this season. Like, Miguel is a character, but he is not, at least as of yet, had much of a protagonist plot line going on, like a focused plot line. He's more part of the class, and the class at the moment feels more like its own ensemble and its own unit in the context of the show. But I appreciate this weird, tension that they're drawing out with Danny being a father figure mentor to Robbie, and then obviously Johnny being a father figure mentor to Miguel. Elements of that come up, and I thought it was interesting that they brought us back in this episode around to, like I said before, the conflicts going on in Robbie's home life with his mom. That whole thing where she comes back with this guy, and he thinks somebody's breaking in, and he attacks him and stuff like that. And you got them going out to Cabo adjacent, and the power's going out. There's no food to eat. It seems like Robbie is really in a bad situation, and that moment at the end of the episode made me wonder, because Danny comes and he's like, "Oh, I had a question to ask you, but I already got my answer." So I was wondering, if he was maybe coming to talk to him about Robbie's home life living situation. And making his own choice based off the presence of Kreese. And it's funny because, it's like these are two guys who've talked like once on a true level with each other in this whole series. And so, like, you just sit here, or at least I am sitting here wishing, well, there's a bottle of $2 Chuck in the background. That's fitting. Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here wishing for another kind of like come to Jesus moment between them where they can really get down to the heart of some matters. And I wonder if maybe that's what this season will ultimately build towards with Kreese. I'm fascinated by his presence too in this episode because he has his big reintroduction at the end of last season, and then the last episode there's a big debate about what his intentions are, whether or not Johnny wants him back in the fold at all or in his bubble at all. And in this episode they have that arrangement of, okay, you can come, you can audit, you can basically sit in and watch us work for one class, give us your perspective on this, but that's it. I don't want anything other than that. And it seems like, I love the way they played a lot of that, because Kreese seems like he is being very calculated, especially in the way he's behaving towards Johnny. He's being very complimentary. He's being very fatherly. And I am curious as to where they're going to take that, because I don't trust Kreese at this moment. And I feel like the nice part about this show, the nuance about this show, is that there are legitimate odds. There are characters who just have a certain way of behaving. It's like even Johnny. It's like I like how they keep Johnny. He's on the phone talking about like, yeah, we take boys and girls for class. Gender what? I like that Johnny is still a bit behind the times, and so maybe Kreese is too, but I don't know. At this moment in time, I still don't trust that guy. But I do love the subtleties with which he played it, especially when he's jumping in, backing Johnny up at the construction site when they're doing their training, and then later on in the episode when Danny confronts him and he almost, he really throws down and backs him up and stuff like that, and he's calling him like he's my best student and everything, and you're a good teacher. I don't know. I feel like this is a manipulation, but at the same time, like I said before, the nuances this show has bothered to bring up maybe to some extent, to some degree, Kreese does have some sort of genuine motivation, but I honestly, I don't see it coming at this moment, I will say. I do like a lot, though, the way this episode honed in on those ideas about the training being, the Miyagi approach to training, and I liked the kind of motifs of the different ways that Johnny and Danny both are using other means of teaching their kids, their students, important lessons about both the movement and the ability to sense your allies and the people around you and kind of work together as a team. And I do also appreciate, it's like, even though there are things about Johnny's approach that could still be tightened up and still be improved, I like that, he's leading them with a sense of like, okay, just because you won one championship doesn't mean you get to goof off and just like chill out now. Like, if you don't keep working, you're just going to stay where you are, and there's plenty of work left to do. So yeah, it's just like earning back their respect, and I love that Kreese is kind of with us for that, because we're sitting there going like, is this possible? Like, this whole cement mixer thing seems like a pretty dangerous, and I like that they at least acknowledge that when they do stuff like this. I like that they acknowledge with Johnny, like, we're not gonna tell your parents, but yeah, I like the way that they both, with the cement mixer and also with the disc. I thought that was a kind of clever, the big deck in the pond, when Robbie and Sam are doing the circular motion, the dance-like thing. I like the way that they have kept that spirit of, and even Danny directly talks about it in this episode, the way Mr. Miyagi would have these clever ways of metaphorically teaching him the lessons he would need to learn by, using manual labor or different, intellectual tasks and stuff like that. And so I like that in their own way, they both found a way to do that in this episode. And even though, Danny does comment on it directly in that one moment, it seemed pretty natural the way they're juxtaposed from each other. And I like that even so, even though the dance and the, or not the dance, but, the circular, I forget what they called that now, but, even though that and what they're doing with the cement mixer aren't exactly the same, I do like that you have these circle motifs throughout the episode as well. He draws the ring with the sand, and then you have that beautiful shot of Miguel climbing into the cement mixer and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I appreciate that spirit they kept. I thought it was a little funny. I definitely like a cute montage, and I enjoy any chance to get a good amount of Danny and his wife in these episodes. But at the same time, I thought it was a little funny how they're like, we have to sell 10 cars. It's the end of the month. We got to do this. I didn't remember if it was like the last day. Maybe that makes it make a little more sense. But I was like, okay, I guess we're just going to sell 10 cars right now, and this is going to go great. And it was a fun montage, but, I guess if we're thinking entirely realistically, I'm like, wow, you guys just, like, threw down and cleaned up, problem solved. Good job. So, maybe a little convenient, but it was nice to get that, detour in the episode. And I like the overall, ever since we've left behind the sort of more basic version of At-Risk Robbie, I've enjoyed his progression more. I like what they're doing with his character, and that they've bothered to bring back his home life, and the fact that it is getting pretty bad. It's like the power goes out in this episode. His mom's gone for like a week and a half indefinitely. At least it feels like as of this episode. And then, Danny shows up and sort of takes an interest. And, this juxtaposition they have of these two mismatched father figures. I wonder where this is all going to go. And I wonder if maybe by the end of the season somehow, I don't know. It all depends on where things go with Kreese, I think. Because, I love, too, how they've still got that aspect where Danny and Johnny just don't see eye to eye. Like, they're both at a certain point in their lives, and they're both making these improvements, and they're both taking these turns and starting up their own schools, and doing something related to their glory days of the past. And yet I think it's interesting that they have, such this feud, and how Kreese throws in with Johnny, and they both are just at such odds, even though you know deep down that they probably aren't as different as it seems like. And so, yeah, it's like, even though Cobra Kai has a different approach, I do like the way that Johnny is shaping it into something better right now, and I really hope that Kreese doesn't destroy that in the coming days. And maybe, I wonder if maybe part of the arc of this season is going to be that Kreese, he tries to make it work out at first. Maybe some of his, I'll call them tactics for right now because I'm suspicious, but maybe some of his tactics are going to work. Maybe make a mess here at Cobra Kai, and then maybe somewhere by the end of the season, Johnny and Danny will find that, common denominator increase that can kind of get them seeing from a similar perspective. But, yeah, man, that's kind of what I got for this episode. I want them to give Sam some more stuff. I feel like she was a good support in this episode, but I didn't feel like she got like a heap ton to truly do, other than kind of be the antecedent for the balance, with Robbie, and to kind of get Danny, looking into his life further. But, overall, man, I thought this was another really terrific episode. I really appreciate the way they are continuing to move forward very practically, paying close attention to the character beats they're setting up, keeping this going. This season, at least thus far, is definitely, it seems to be focused on Johnny and Danny, and more Robbie so than Miguel. At least, Miguel and the Cobra students are definitely part of it. We got a little bit of the aftermath of their relationship, Miguel wanting to talk to Sam, feeling regretful of the way things have been going, and the percolating, they're still kind of drawing out this little percolating love triangle, but it feels natural to me, so I appreciate that too. I'm curious about how the Cobra Kai students are going to progress, just because there is a certain amount of camaraderie ribbing going on, but sometimes it broaches into the territory of just man, some of these guys are assholes, especially Hawk. Hawk is just a dick. I don't know what happened to that character, but again, like I said last time, it just seems like the ultimate, the furthest possible extent of, what happens when you give a power and status to somebody who didn't have it, very rapidly. And, then the ending beat of the episode where Miguel figures out, or at least he brings by food for Johnny, and I love that quip about my mom doesn't want you eating beef jerky for every meal anymore. How he finds out, he sees the picture on the fridge, he finally realizes at least that there is some connection between Robbie and Johnny, and I gotta imagine that is going to come up in the next episode, because it would only stand to reason, and that's going to be a conflict in and of itself. So I don't know. I'm not sure that's going to at least be easy for Johnny to figure out. But yeah, that's what I got for now. Really enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys did too. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know if there's anything I missed or that you want to talk about. And we will chat about it. Always a pleasure. And thanks for joining me. Be well, party people. And as always, cheers.